What if I told you that Trump media stock DJT has the potential to nearly triple from its current price around 18 bucks to hit $50? Now, before you click away thinking this is just some sort of hype, stick with me for just a few minutes because I'm going to break down the actual catalyst, the mathematical scenarios that could actually make this happen. And yes, we'll also cover risks involved because this isn't financial advice. This is analysis. Now, Trump media trades under the ticker DJT, and it's been one of the most volatile stocks in the entire market. It's hit a high of nearly $55 just last year. So $50 isn't some kind of fantasy number. It's actually been there before. But can it get back there? That's the question. Let's dive in and look at the data. First, let's establish where we are right now. DJT is trading right around $18.29 as of July 2025, which means it needs to gain about 173% to hit our $50 target. That sounds like a lot, but here's the thing. This stock has already proven it can make massive moves in the past. Now, in the past year alone, DJT has moved from a low of $11.75 to a high of $54.68. That's a 365% move. So the stock reaching 50 bucks would actually be 8% below its recent high. The question isn't whether DJT can be volatile enough to hit 50. We know it can. The question is, what catalyst can drive it there? For those new to the story, DJT is the parent company of Truth Social, Donald J. Trump's social media platform. The company has a market cap around $5 billion and generates revenue about $3.7 million. That's kind of light. Yes, you heard that right. The valuation is extreme by traditional metrics, but this isn't a traditional stock. It trades on sentiment, momentum, political developments, and emotion. I identified 7 key catalysts that could potentially drive DJT to $50. Now, let me walk you through each one of those and show you the math. In June 2025, Trump Media announced a $400 million share buyback program. That's nearly 10% of all the outstanding shares. When companies buy back shares, it reduces the supply, which supply and demand can push prices higher. Based on my analysis, this buyback alone could add about 11% to the stock's price, taking it from 18 bucks to around 20 bucks. Here's where it gets interesting though. Trump Media is planning to launch a Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF with a 75-25 split. They've partnered with crypto.com for custody and execution. Now, if this launches successfully and actually gains some traction, it could add another 25+% to the stock price. Crypto is hot right now. Trump has been very pro-crypto as a president. The company has filed trademarks for Truth Social AI and Truth Social AI Search. They're also developing a utility where active users can earn tokens by searching. If Truth Social can show meaningful user growth or successful AI integration, that could drive prices 15 to 20% higher from here. This is a big one. DJT stock is highly correlated with Trump's political fortunes. Remember, after the assassination attempt in July 2024, the stock jumped over 30% in a single day. Any major positive political development can easily drive another 30% or more in growth. Now, here's where the math gets interesting though. If we combine just 3 of these catalysts, the share buyback, the crypto ETF, maybe some political momentum, my analysis shows the stock could reach 31. Pretty easy. That's still shy of 50, but we're getting a lot closer. So how do we get from 31 to 50? This is where we either need additional catalysts or what I call momentum multiplication. Now, let me explain. In my conservative bull case, combining the share buyback, the crypto ETF launch, the Truth Social growth, this gets us to about 27 bucks. That's about 48% gain from the current levels today. Not bad, but not $50. That's not the target. The aggressive bull case assumes we get the buyback, the crypto ETF, the major political catalyst, and some short squeeze activity. That combination could push the stock to around $40. Now we're getting a lot closer to 50, but we need one more element. To actually hit that $50, we likely need what I call the perfect storm coming together. Multiple catalysts hitting simultaneously, plus maybe some institutional interest, or possibly a short squeeze. Given DJT's high short interest and retail following, a squeeze is definitely in the cards. Completely possible. Timeline-wise, I see this playing out over, say, 3 to 18 months in the future. The share buyback and the crypto ETF could happen in the next 3 to 6 months. Political momentum, it can build at any point. As we approach 2026 midterms, AI integration, user growth would be ongoing catalysts. Now let's talk about why this might not happen, because there are significant risks. First, the valuation, well, it's pretty extreme. The company trades about 1,300 times sales. That's not a typo, that's not a misspeak. Most tech companies trade at 5 to 15 times sales. Now, this is suggesting the stock is priced for perfection and beyond. Second, the revenue base is tiny. At only 3.7 million in annual revenue, the company would need to grow revenue by 50 or 100 times just to justify the current valuation using more traditional finance metrics. Third, this stock has a beta of 4.76, meaning it's nearly 5 times more volatile than the overall stock market. What goes up fast can come down just as fast. Fourth, competition is fierce. Truth Social is competing against established platforms with billions of users and massive cash resources. So what really is my assessment? Well, based on my analysis, I give DJT about 25 to 35% probability of actually hitting 50 within the next 12 to 18 months. That might sound low, but for a stock that needs to nearly triple, those aren't terrible odds. For this to happen, we need multiple catalysts to align: successful crypto ETF, meaningful Truth Social growth, positive political development, and execution of share buybacks. And it's a lot of moving parts, but it's not impossible. Remember though, this stock has already proven it has been above that $50 level. The 52-week high of $54.68 shows that $50 is within the realm of possibility. Now, before we wrap up, let me be crystal clear. This is not financial advice. DJT is an extremely high risk, high reward type of play suitable only for investors that can afford to lose their entire investment in this stock. The stock could easily drop to $10 as it could to rise to $50. If you're considering this play, only invest money you could afford to lose. Consider it a small part of a diversified portfolio and have clear exit strategy in mind. This is a very speculative investment. This is speculation, not investing. What do you think? Are you bullish? Are you bearish on DJT getting to 50? Maybe you think I'm completely wrong. Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this analysis helpful, smash that like button, subscribe for more market analysis just like this. Maybe tune into my daily Morning Monster live stream where I do stuff like this every single day. I'll be watching DJT closely, and I plan on updating you as soon as some of these catalysts develop. And thanks for watching. Hope to see you in the next video. Maybe check out one of these videos I got right here.